Hey, we are back here again. Another week, another pod with my brother. So we have named it this time. I think, I don't know if you're okay with the name Suhaib. I just went with what just, felt
What
logical
was
to
the
me.
name?
The name was Peaceful Perspectives.
Peaceful Perspectives. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good. I like it.
Okay, we'll just go with it. Maybe we can change it later down the line if we don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, bro. Good. So, how was your week, Suhaib? How was it since last Sunday?
It felt really long because, as you know, the startup and the baby takes a lot of time. And I think this week, what I focused upon was not coding a lot by myself. I spent a day that at max coding, but mainly looking at other people's work, making sure that the code that they have written is of a good standard, error free, things like that. So initially we faced a little issues where some substandard code or some issues went into the repository, but that was something, because then I realized how much I have not been doing it, how much I have not been looking at other people's work deeply. But yeah, it's a startup, so
Yeah.
sometimes you need to pick pace, sometimes you need to pick quality. And
Yeah. Good.
how was
So
your
from
week?
yeah, like my week, yeah, a lot of things happened at work. So mainly it's about work, and then like just 2 days of weekend. At work, like let's say a lot of things like so at work, what's happening is right now we are being questioned, let's say, by the regulators in Saudi. So I manage the Saudi portfolio. So Sama, the credit bureau, so they come once in a while and ask a lot of questions. How are you doing things and stuff? So just to make sure we are following the rules of the country, we are compliant with all of those. It's a bit of a, what do you say, a lot of everything gets focused into it because it's very important. A lot of eyes on us to make sure the data that we send forward is correct and the answers that we give. So this was what was, keeping me busy throughout the week. Yeah, and then like some normal things at work, managing credit risk, managing fraud. So that's my day-to-day thing. Other than that, so like if you remember, for me it's a hybrid working setup. So 3 days from office and 2 days from home. And so this week I decided not to go on Thursday because I was not feeling so well and the workload was just a bit too high for me to spend the time commuting. So I decided to work from home. And yeah, so and like nowadays what has happened is like during the work from days home. So I have like a setup at home, a work office, but I just don't feel like it's working out for me in the home. So I go to this cafe just below my house to work over there, and I feel much more productive over there, at least for the first half of the day, which is like the period which I'm most productive in. The second half of the day I come back, or like it's a bit less productive, let's say. Yeah, so that's the work day. And one thing is like what I've started doing, since I think this is the second time I'm doing this, is like a weekly review. Do you know what this is, like a weekly review and planning and stuff? Have you heard about this?
No.
So it's a simple thing. So I set a timer, yeah, 20 minutes max. 20 if it goes a little bit, okay, or maybe a little around 20 minutes, let's say. And in this 20 minutes every week, pick a particular day. For me, it's like a Wednesday for now. So on Wednesday, I reflect on my past week, like just a little bit of journaling. What are the major things that happened? And then like I think about what I want to do in the next week and how was the week aligned with my previous, like let's say aligned with my broader goals in life. And so I set out tasks based on this for the next week as well, and then I look at the previous week. What tasks did I set for myself? Tasks in the sense like not like do this or this, like some, it's a bit vague. So one of the things, for example, was I put out, I need to not need to I should go to gym and or swimming 3 to 4 times in this week in together. Yeah.
Nice. Were you able to achieve that?
Just a second. Yeah. No, it's fine. I know it's fine. Sorry. So where were we?
So, were you able to achieve your gym goals, workout goals?
Um, yeah, I was able to. So I set a lot of goals, like not this is one of them. So this one was actually an easy one because right now it's easier for me since I've been doing this for, let's say, more than 5 months now, and that was easy. But there were other things that I had set which I couldn't do, but it's okay. Like a lot of things happen. Yeah, like that's how life is. But yeah, and also just writing down what happened in the week, and just thinking about it just gives you this like it, it's a bit of a zoom out if you think about it. Yeah, because you generally what happens is we take one day at a time. You go to sleep and then it's the next day. But when you zoom out and think about the week, it just how do I put it? It gives you a broader perspective, like, okay, what happened in the week, and are these things that I did aligned with what I want to do in life in a broader sense. So I keep coming back to this, yeah, like goal setting and all that, like because I'm big into it right now since it's worked out for me so well.
Yeah, I really resonate with that fact, where it's just, one day at a time that you look at things and, you're not going anywhere overall. So,
Hmm.
and on that line also, I started using the reminders app on Apple.
Hmm.
Initially, I was using Todoist, but I don't know why I didn't really like the fact that they were trying to push the Pro plan a lot.
Hmm.
So I started using the reminder app, and it's pretty good. I've set some very achievable goals on Sunday, last Sunday, and I was able to achieve most of them. I didn't add workout stuff though, so this week I added like
Hmm.
to go to workout 2 times.
Yeah, like
That
for
would
me,
be
what
the
whenever I set something new, yeah, like if I haven't been doing something for a while and I want to do, I set out like what's the simplest thing, the easiest thing that's possible, so that there's almost no friction, and the only reason is like I was just lazy. There was no reason like, oh, I didn't have time or whatever. It's so difficult and other things. So if you keep it like as easy as it is, just maybe even
correct,
5 minutes, yeah, like if you say I don't have 5 minutes, that's a procrastination problem. Yeah, that's not a time problem.
correct.
Yeah. So good week,
Yeah,
good week.
yeah. And Sundays, like Sundays have been quite important to working 6 days, until late
Mm.
evenings, and then spending one day to just mainly spend time with my baby, like actual quality time, not just taking care of her. That's
Mm-hmm.
the that's the bonus. That's the best part.
Good. Talking about Sunday and weekend, like I think last week we discussed about 6-day weekend versus 5-day weekend for the people who
Hmm.
work for you. So like, did you guys discuss it, or what
Yeah,
happened over there?
we did discuss it, and it's an industry standard for 5 days a week, and there's always good studies upon if you have a good weekend, then you're more productive on the other days. And we've said that until we reach a certain point of stability in our when it comes to revenue or number of customers or investment, we have these milestone. We will do like uh, 2 days a month, 2 weeks a month, 2 weekends in a month with a 2 day weekend, and 2 weekends with one day, like that. So that's
Mm.
where we as founders and the team met in the middle.
Yeah, come to think of it, like that's what we did initially. So we, like at Rivi, so we had 6 days, and then we moved to alternating weekends. So every other weekend was, but it didn't like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't remember it last time. Last time we spoke about it, I didn't recollect this fact, but we moved to that, and then after COVID, we moved to 5 days fully. Yeah, so it was a transition, not a complete shift to 6-day to 5-day.
Yeah, it makes most sense again if there is no set uh, time for the working hours, right? Since you're working remotely, the
Hmm.
lines have blurred. As Jeff Bezos put it, right? Don't look for work-life balance, look for work-life harmony. Basically, throughout the day, do both. Your
Mm-hmm.
your work and your life do both in harmony together. That's what Jeff Bezos, uh, you
Yeah.
know, put portrayed it as. But it ends up being like that, where We have late night meetings. We don't have set timings where it's like, okay, after this point of time, I wouldn't entertain a call like a casual meeting, like a routine meeting or something like that, unless it's really critical.
Mhm.
I think that
Good.
demarcation is important. So,
I mean, for you, it's easy because it's your company, right? Like you can, like even outside working hours, let's put it that way, you are okay still working on it. But for somebody who's getting salary, it's not the same for them. Like for me, for example, like when I'm working for my full-time job, I'm not okay if it bleeds into my non-working hours because I want it to be a bit separated out. But if I'm working on my own thing, yeah, like I have my own thing that we discussed last week about YouTube and selling about gaming addiction and stuff. For that, like I'm okay working like even in between, like at work, at weekends, wherever, I'm fine taking it up. So I guess that's where that separation happens. What's your
yeah.
role in the company? So if a founder
Yeah,
like
what you,
same with my founder, yeah. Like he might message like 10 p.m. in the evening or like at night. Like that's totally fine. Like, but I don't think he expects me to be responding at that time unless it's like something very critical. That's a different
yeah.
thing.
I think that's also like what we try to portray to our employees. Not portray, like as founders, we say that we are available 24/7, weekends, every time to take up a call or anything. But we understand that your time is also yours.
Hmm.
That's the way we have set up. Yeah.
Good, 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 bro. Good. I just wanted to ask you also one more thing related to your work. Like, how does your like average day, not average day, let's say, how does your a day in a life of Suhaib in his company and in his personal life, how does it
Personal
look
life.
like?
Uh, I think, yeah, initially it wakes up with the baby. The baby wakes us up at
Mm-hmm.
around 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 5. It's up to her. And then I do the first round of taking care of things, making sure she's catered to, fed, and then
Mm-hmm.
take her for a walk. I make sure that I don't take my phone or listen to
Ah,
anything, just me and her, or no, go for a walk.
okay, okay. I'll
And
come back to
then
this point later. Yeah, I
yeah,
wanted
and
to talk
then
about something.
yeah, we come back and she gets fussy. She wants to go to sleep back. So I put her back to her first nap,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have my breakfast by 8:30. I start to have my breakfast and do my morning routine. All that, morning routine stuff, coffee and things like that.
Uh, so what's part of your morning routine after coming back? I know you are like big into coffee, and
Yeah,
you like
coffee.
preparing your coffee.
I now have a very set breakfast where I have like a egg cheese sandwich,
Okay.
egg and cheese sandwich, and a coffee. Sometimes I'll add
Mm-hmm.
mushrooms.
Nice,
And
nice.
yeah, I make that for Alia as well. So we all have that. And by the time the nanny comes and morning routine, like doing my business, all that other things, but not workout. So workout I've not
Mm-hmm.
inculcated into my routine right now. And then I'll start coding and looking into the messages and emails that were sent, and
Mm-hmm.
some things that are blockers to others, right?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Somebody spending on me for something, I make sure that is done in the morning, and then it's time. But it's by 12:31. I have 12:30. I'll have lunch, uh, and we'll watch an episode of a very normal, like a 20-minute episode show.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
Like Big
Alia
Bang
together.
Theory, yeah, as we
Yeah, right now we're
discussed.
watching Big Bang Theory. And one will have Scrum, and post that like a couple of hours of meetings, making sure that everybody knows what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it. And then a couple of hours of coding myself, and then from 6:37 to 9, I will take time off from, like, I'll basically do my nighttime things, dinner and
Mm-hmm.
putting Iman to bed. I also take part in that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
post that, like till 11, 12, I work.
Okay, you worked 11, 12. Okay.
Yeah,
Then you
I
wake
try
up at
to,
like 6.
correct. Yeah, 11, 12. I think that's one thing I need to, like, I need at least 7 hours of sleep for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you are in like some kind of a, let's say, growth mode or something, maybe it's acceptable. But to be more productive, I think 7 hours is like it's kind of a basic necessity.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at how I can add the workout element into this.
Mm,
So that's
yeah.
the
So
yeah.
you guys use Slack, right? I think everybody
Yeah, we use
for
Slack.
communication. Yeah, Slack is everywhere now.
Yeah, we use Slack. Slack is pretty chill. It's free for us.
Yeah,
I like
I
these
think.
kind of softwares, like a lot of times, like
Hmm.
our software is a lot of, like I would say 70-60% is what we built. Like rest of it is we integrate with Gmail, we integrate with Slack, not Slack, we integrate with the chat provider, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So all these software which provide a maker plan nowadays, in SaaS,
Mm.
there is something called a maker plan where until and unless you make revenue, it's free for you,
Okay. How
right?
do they like?
Or you receive a funding, or you have a certain team size. These are some limitations that they set, before which it's free for you. Obviously there are other limits like number of users, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like we use something called Getstream for chat, which has like a very sweet maker plan. So basically it's
Yeah.
very easy to build a SaaS application, like a very feature rich SaaS applications. Like you don't have to worry about emails, meetings, messaging, things like that.
Good, bro. Like I guess like you right now have learned a lot about all of these things, right? Like building this. I probably didn't know most of the things you knew.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know
working
now.
in a big MNC as a small thing like that, like, you won't get a lot of chances to build something, completely yourself.
Yeah, true,
What
true.
about you?
Like
What
that's what
is your week, day goes like? Yeah.
Okay, let me say, like weekends are different, yeah. Then there's weekdays where I have work, and even in the weekdays, let's say there are two types because if I go to office, it looks very different to if I'm working from home. So let me start with if I go to office because tomorrow I have office. Right now I don't wake up very early. I used to wake up early, but then right now it's been getting difficult and difficult to sleep. By this time, like here it's around 9:15, 9:30. I wanted to go to bed because I want to wake up at like 5 or something. But that's not happening. So anyway, I wake up for, the morning prayer. For Fajr, I wake up and then I go back to sleep again. So right now Fajr is around 5:15, 5 to 5:15. So that's when I wake up, then I go back to sleep. And then I wake up around 8. Uh, 8, it depends. Yeah, if I'm going to office, I have to wake up at 8. Yeah, 7:30 to 8. And then by that time, like Huda is going to her, what do you say, her nursery, her play day over there. So I might drop her. It depends, yeah. Fatima might drop her, and yeah. So I wake up, and then my breakfast. So after this happens, I have my breakfast. So my breakfast is also kind of set now. So I have this smoothie with like blueberry, strawberry. I add my protein powder, let's say, and on top of that like some other things, yeah, like milk and almonds and stuff. So that's my breakfast smoothie. If I'm getting running late, I might just take it and go to the car. If not, then I might like sit at home and have it. So around 9 a.m. is when I have to leave, else I'll be too late for work. So my commute is around 1 hour, 1 hour 15, and I reach around 10:30 in the office. So 10:30 in the office, I'm there till 6. 6, it might go a bit later on, 6, 6:30, but that's where I am. So I'll have my lunch. If I pack my lunch around 2 to 3, and yeah, normal work stuff, nothing specific. Like I don't have set plans. So I'm most productive in the first half. In the second half, it's a bit more chill, and so I try to push all meetings to the second half of the day if possible. In the first half, all the crucial meetings with my team discussing, the daily things, daily tasks, and even we are like almost fully remote. Like only one guy comes to office who works with me. The rest, everybody is fully remote. So it's like a remote call almost always. Even my
All
manager is
right.
remote. So it's become a fully remote thing for me. I just go to office because I go to office. So again, commute back. This is a sad thing about commuting. Yeah, this is why I don't like it. So by the time I come back, it's around 8 or sorry, I got a call. So by the time I come back, it's around 8 or like 7 or 8. So somewhere in between, I'll reach over here. And right now, summertime, and it starts to get dark already. And the sad thing is, if I miss Huda in the morning, yeah, if she's dropped in the nursery in the morning, in the evening, if I'm late, I might not get to see her. She might go to bed already. So the
Oh,
whole day, I don't get to see if I go to office. And
yeah,
there's a
I
very
know.
small, even in the morning, if I'm busy, like even if I meet her, it's very busy time in the morning. Like she has to get ready for her nursery, she has to have a food, she has to get a bath, and she's not always in the best mood. And Fatima has office in the 8, so even she has to get ready. There's food being prepared. So a lot of things happening in the morning. So I might not get to see her, like just spend time with her. I might not get that in the morning. And in the evening, if I go to office, if I'm like late, 7:38 or something, again I don't get to see her. So this is like a sad thing if I go to office. So one of the things I don't like about going to office is like I might not get to spend time with her the whole day. Yeah, so if I get back and she's up, sometimes she's up, yes, there's not a fixed time when she goes to sleep. Around 8 9, let's say, 7 to 9, that's the window she goes to sleep. So like before our call just now, I put her to sleep when I came here. So it's 9 now. Yeah, so she went to sleep around, let's
Yeah.
say, 8:45. Yeah, and then like at home, if after the commute, I'm a bit tired right now, especially in the summer. It can get very hot. Yeah, even the morning commute, it's very sunny, and the evening commute, it's not very sunny, but it's still tiring. So just after that, like I don't have a lot of energy in me to do things. The workout happens now in the evening for me. So earlier I used to have in the morning. Sometimes I just set my mind like, okay, I haven't worked out for a while, and today I'm going to work out. So I just like come home and I get changed. If I have to pray, I pray, and then I go for the workout and come back. So it'll take 45 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes to workout. And then like dinner and then chilling out with Fatima in the evening. And yeah, that's how the day ends. So maybe we'll watch an episode or something. If like again, it depends on my mood again. If I feel like I haven't been doing a lot on my side project, I might like put aside time for that, like maybe half an hour also. It just to give me that, just to be a bit more consistent, not to lose that identity of building the thing that I have on the side, like either editing on the YouTube or writing some script or whatever it may be. So in the evening, so by 10:30, it can go up to 11. That's when I'm in bed. So after the workout, after let's say dinner, maybe chilling time with Fatima or some side projects. So all of this, there's no set time over there. Yeah. Now, if I'm working from home, it's a bit more, actually a lot more relaxed. So again, waking up doesn't change over there. So I'm with Huda, and I need like on my office commute, I need to, leave by 9. So I need to, get
What do you
ready
do on the
and
commute? Do you listen to
on the
something?
commute, yeah. So it depends on my mood again. Most of the time, I'm listening to either a podcast or a book. So an audio book or a podcast. Many a times, I'll just be silent, just to meditate, let's say. And in many cases, I will either call somebody if I feel like calling. So that's how it goes on all my commutes. Yeah. Songs very rarely. So I don't know, I just don't enjoy listening to
Yeah.
songs. Yeah. But it's like rarely if I'm in the mood, okay, I'll just put one. Radio, never actually. I never listen to the radio. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of things. Maybe I'll just quickly finish off the non-working day thing.
Yeah.
So for commute, if I want to start at 9, I need to like start prepping at 8:30. Yeah, that's how it is. So getting dressed and all that. So if it's a working from home day, I generally start work at 10:30. So I can just relax up until 10. Yeah, there is no rush in the morning. And so I go down, as I mentioned. So I don't like working from home in the office. So I go down to the restaurant, to the cafeteria, let's say a cafe sort of thing. And I'm there till lunchtime, till around 2, I'm there. So that's the cream part of my working day. And then I come back for lunch, and Huda is back from her nursery by that time. So both happen. So I'll spend some time with her, have my lunch, any prayers, yeah, the afternoon prayer, and then I go back to work at 3. So from 3 to around 6, let's say, I'm working again. So I'm then done at work 6:30 if there's something urgent. And then I'm again with Huda, and then Fatima is back from work. And then like nothing fixed over here. again, like work out in the evening and other things. But the good part is like I'm not tired. There's no commute, and I get to spend more time with Huda this way, and more time with Fatima as well. Like in general, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I fully all the time work
Mhm.
remotely from home. So yeah, it's good. You spend a lot more time with your wife and your kid.
Yeah, I think it is expected. Good, bro. Good. One thing I've been so of course like our life revolve around like our family, like kid and wife, so that's where it revolves. So yesterday Hoda fell sick, so she had a very high fever, so around 103, 104. So we
Okay.
had to like, yeah, we rushed her to the hospital. Nothing serious, because like what the doctor mentioned was no, a lot of kids are getting sick nowadays, and Huda also is going out to the nursery, so she might have caught it. But yeah, it just gives you that scare, like, oh, 103, like it's a very crazy high number, yeah, 103,
Oh yeah.
104. And yeah, like we took her to the hospital, and then nothing serious, so just some medicines, and
Just a
today
fever, huh? Is it like something related to the weather?
it's virus, yeah, viral fever. So she had a common
Oh.
cold, normal, so nothing in this one. But
What does
it's
she do in
just
the nursery though? Like,
it's playing, yeah. So all the other kids are her age in the classroom, let's say. So she has, I think, in her classroom right now, 8 or 9 kids,
okay.
and so they have like a lot of teachers for each teacher manages 3 kids. Yeah, that's how it is. So in the classroom
Yeah, that
itself, there'll be
matters.
three.
That
Yeah,
ratio
so
matters
they
a lot.
yeah, that's why. So it's a bit expensive for the same reason as well. Not like school. So she mainly plays in the school. Yeah, let's just say it. Yeah, like she might, like put some paint on some paper. So she might have blocks. So they have like, okay, touch and feel things. So they'll have different activities. So these are the different things that she does. So they'll have like sit in the table, and then they'll talk, and then there might be like a song and then dance. All this basically it's a play. Yeah, it's a
Nice.
play school. It's not like, so she might have like small things like numbers 1, 2, 3, just simple things, nothing high level. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So her falling sick just let's say derails the whole planning for the weekend, and we just have to focus on her. Like planning doesn't work when let's say things come up. Yeah. Like Huda falling sick. Yeah.
Things to come up. Yeah, you can always
Hmm.
leave that buffer or something, to or be equipped to handle that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the thing was, we were not at home when we found out that she had a fever or anything. So we
Hmm.
were traveling to our parents back to Dubai, and on the way she was like very silent, and she had a bit of a temperature, not very high. And then after we reached there, after a few hours, that's when we found out like she's having high fever. So at home it's a bit easier to manage as well. So it's like we are not at home, we are in another city. So that's what made it even more challenging. Yeah, we couldn't spend time with like my parents and stuff, like our parents. Let me say it that way. Yeah, but it's fine. She's fine now. It's a relief.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that because till now, Alhamdulillah, Iman has not
Mm-hmm.
fallen sick.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from during the time of vaccinations where she gets a little bit of fever, but nothing to be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it might
she's
come
not
soon.
like she's crawling now.
No, she's not. She just rolls,
Uh,
and she can sit with a bit of support.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so we're not trying
Yeah.
to push things. Let her do
Hmm.
her own time. Yeah.
So what changed just was like Huda runs around, yeah, like she's very active. So so
Hmm.
my like our parents, they have a cat there, Dofi. So she runs around Dofi, yeah. So but the thing that breaks my heart was like our hearts. Like she sees the cat, she wants to play with the cat, but she doesn't have that. She's sick, and she's just like sitting there. It's just like she has full of energy, and when she was sick, it's just she was just sitting there, like she was not doing anything. But like once we went to the hospital, gave her some meds, and she was fine. She was running behind the cat. The cat is scared of her, by the way. It runs away from her. Yeah, that was good. So she's fine now.
Nice.
Today she had a bit of a temperature, but she's fine now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we never had, a pet, right? I think now it's become a common thing. All our families have a cat, right? All
Yeah,
our
yeah, I guess. But I don't know, bro. Like, would you have a pet at home? Like, like maybe a cat? I don't know. Are you okay with having a cat?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Ah,
I
okay.
don't have time to think
Yeah, that's
about
what I
pets.
feel.
Yeah,
I feel like a pet is another responsibility added. I don't want
but
one
cats are
right
the
now, at
least
least. I don't know
maintenance.
if having an aquarium counts as a pet, but that's something
Yeah,
where you don't have to. I don't know if it's like a pet. You don't. There's no connection between you and the fishes. Let's say
yeah.
like.
My in-laws' place, right? Alia's brother or cousins, all of them have like pets, aquariums, cats, birds. It's crazy. So
Hmm.
I'm like, but they all manage to take control of them. So they're very animal. They're fond of animals, all of them.
Okay. Cat.
Turtles,
Hmm. Turtles.
and
Okay,
yeah.
that's exotic.
After Alia's brother has a parrot,
Nice.
African grey parrot, and all of them have chickens.
Chickens. Okay,
Yeah,
like proper farm chickens
not
or
like
like.
that, like normal chickens, like which sometimes they eat as well.
God, yeah, that's what it's like a farm thing. Like, does it give eggs and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the family they have like a regular egg thing, but a lot of the time the animals die, right? The chickens die, especially the chickens. They die easily during the heat.
Cool, cool, bro. So,
So how's swimming going?
yes, so this is something I wanted to discuss with you. So so it's summer, right? So swimming is a bit more fun, let's say. The water is not very cold to jump in, and over here it's like extremely hot. So I've been regularly going to swim. Yeah, I've been regularly going to swim in the past, let's say 2 weeks. Yeah, and I've tried to, track my stuff. So, I have this
Ultra.
watch now. Yeah, Ultra. And in that you can track like, how long it took. It's a very simple tracking, like, and
Mm.
so like let me put it this way. So when I was in Manipal, yeah, like I used to go swimming over there. And it was just a fun thing. It was not like, oh, it's a workout, or it was not a workout. It was just like
Yeah,
we
it was
just
a
go.
weekend fun thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a fun
water.
thing. There used to be this guy, so he used to come, yeah, almost maybe just coincidentally. So we saw him at least like 3, 4 times. So we used to be like having fun, me and like I think two of my friends. So we used to go and we were just like in the shallow area where you can just stand, just have fun, like not in the deep depth. And this guy, so I saw him, okay. So he would be there before we got, and he would be taking laps. Yeah, like it was I think a 50-meter pool. So he would be taking laps slowly. And we are there, we're chilling, we stop, we go, come back, like go in the sense like we take our own laps. And even after all this time, he would be taking laps. Yeah. And then we are done,
And
we're leaving, he's still taking laps. Okay, so it was just like, it used to blow my mind. Like, how was he doing it? Because we take 1, 2 laps and we are done. Like, we're tired. Like, we need to take our rest. And he's doing it for, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even more actually. So this was something they used to, blow my mind. I was amazed by him, but because he was training actually. So that's something I didn't know. I found out later that he was training for, like, they have this triathlon and all that things, right? So he was training for that. So now, like, since I have been on the fitness journey since the beginning of this year, so this is like something I wanted to do myself as well. So for the past 2 weeks, like, I've been slowly increasing my, let's say, distance per session. Yeah, like not completely non-stop, but more or less non-stop. Let's say I stop for maybe 10 seconds just so that to arrange my goggles or something, but more or less non-stop. And I've been able to do like 1 kilometer. So 1 kilometer, it takes me around 23 minutes to do 1 kilometer. Yeah, it's a smaller pool, 25 meters. But I'm glad, like, looking back in college, that was like what, 15 years ago now, 10 to 15 years ago. And now I'm in a much better health than I was in my youth. Let's say youth in the sense like much younger. Yeah, I'm glad where I am right now. So I'm glad that I could get to this position. It didn't come like overnight. Yeah, it took some time.
yeah, I mean, like even I for the longest time, even we used to go swimming right in the Mamzar beach.
Hmm.
We were swimming wrong. We were swimming like, we were not doing it properly. There's a proper way to swim. Once you get that right, it becomes easier to go at that level of constantly swim. Otherwise, one
True.
lap you'll do, you'll really exhaust yourself. But the swimming has like a couple of pitfalls, I would say, that not a lot of people would know. I would say people say it's the best workout, right? It is one of the best workout, but it is one of the least calorie burning workout, I would say, for the amount of time you spend. So 20 minutes,
Really?
30 minutes of running can do more calorie burning than 1 hour of swimming. And this I got to know like a lot. Like once, if you do a daily swim of 1 hour, that's when you're actually burning calories at a good like respectable. I don't have the actual numbers. Another thing is, swimming makes you hungry, right, all the
Yeah.
time. But that's like a false hunger. It's false because your body temperature is reduced, and your body takes up some calories to bring it back up, the temperature. So that's when you feel hungry. So for the longest time, in my earlier days of swimming, I used to swim for 20-30 minutes. I'm like, wow, I'm so hungry, I must have burned a lot of calories, and I'll let me go and have some biryani and
All right,
sleep.
all right.
So then I realized, okay, it's you have to swim a lot to get the same amount of that time to calorie ratio, right?
Got it. Yeah.
That and but it's a complete body workout, just like running. So that's
This is new information to me. I didn't know about this swimming hunger post. Like after swimming, the hunger you get, it's because your body is warming yourself, and that's why
correct.
you're hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't
So
feel very hungry after swimming. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's hot over here. You just get out and it's hot. You don't need
maybe,
to spend a lot
but
of,
here in Bangalore, most of the pools are cooler than the
Hmm.
surrounding temperature. Uh, yeah, I used to swim a lot here as well in Bangalore, but this year it's not been that regular because of the baby.
Good, bro. So the
So
thing is like I've like what I've found out is, especially when it comes to doing difficult things, like do what works for you. Yeah. Like if swimming is the thing, just go. Swimming and then eating is better than not swimming at all
correct.
and uh maybe eating, I don't know, not eating. That's how I do. But anyway, I do my strength workout as well. So that's like
Yeah,
in
that's
together with
good.
swimming.
Correct.
But like the biggest thing was that like I used to look at that guy, and now I'm not in his position. I don't know where he was. I don't know. Maybe he was doing like 3-4 kilometers at a stretch, but I'm able to do 1 kilometer. But
One
you're also
kilometer at a
right.
stretch.
Yeah, at a
It's
stretch.
pretty good. You
Yeah.
don't take breaks, just swimming.
Yeah, just swimming. Just
Nice.
I think I can go longer, but I think like I don't know. I haven't pushed myself there. Like
Yeah,
there's always
it's the obvious thing, right? Like in water, everything that you do is without weight, right? Your weight is reduced in water.
true.
So that's why the calorie burning is little slower. But it's a satisfying workout, I would say.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
It's it feels good. That's why
Yeah.
I do it. Yeah. Good, bro. I would highly
Yeah.
recommend if you have some, you can set some goals for yourself that you need to do one
Correct. Yeah.
kilometer or
Swimming is
whatever.
something, swimming, running, and cycling. I want to do it all three in a week. I like cycling as well. I bought a cycle
Mm-hmm.
recently, and I'm able to do 15 kilometers in one go.
I don't know. I've never been into cycling.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like if you have that gear wala cycle, then it's not like too. It's like when you buy a geared cycle is similar
Hmm.
to when you realize the proper technique for swimming, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if my technique in swimming is proper yet.
No, but if you're able to go 1 kilometer without stopping, I'm pretty sure your technique might be good.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think maybe like a quick, watching some quick YouTube videos might help me. Let me see. Because I haven't seen any videos or something. I've seen other people swim, and that's where I have picked up. But if I just, do this thing, maybe even 5-10 minutes, it might help me a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good, bro.
And running is the most difficult. I rarely do it. I
Oh,
used to do it. Remember the Mutina Park?
yeah. Yeah, I remember. I remember once, that's when I introduced you to like listening to podcast and running, and then you came back and you were like, "Wow, this was so good." I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do that now also. But I think
Good.
for sometimes running you need a good music. Music does help in
Hmm.
workout. So
Yeah. And I've not been a big fan of running recently, but like I like running outside, yeah, not on the treadmill. And right now it's almost impossible to run outside. Maybe I don't know. I'm loving swimming. That's my go-to cardio right now. So I'm
yeah,
just
as
going
long
there.
see doing swimming is definitely better than doing nothing. But you should do workout in which you put pressure on your bones.
Hmm.
That's what people say, right? Like it, like otherwise you lose that strength in your body. But you do strength training, right? So
Yeah, that's
that's
also there. Yeah, I do that. So
that's good.
I think that's covered. So yeah, just
Yeah.
last I think 3 days back I did a leg workout and I had that pain for 2 to 3 days. So yeah, the good pain.
Yeah, a lot of my friends they're doing this where they do 3 days like strength training, push, pull, and legs, and the rest of the time they either do cardio like normal cardio,
Hmm.
like swimming, running.
Yeah, I think
That would
that's
that's very good, I think.
yeah. Whatever works, I think. Like
Mm,
for me, for us right now, since we are not like into professional, this one, like whatever is the lowest friction, just do that.
correct. I mean the amenities are there. It's just you have to
Yeah, to
get
put
up
it.
and do it.
Yeah, like even now, yeah, today, like since yeah, yesterday I told you about Huda, she was not well, and before that, Friday work was very busy and I couldn't work out. So I haven't worked out for like this is going to be the third day I didn't work out, and I'm feeling this itch that I have to work out. And today, like even Huda was not so well, and we were busy with other stuff. I had to take my car, whatever. There were some chores and stuff, and Fatima is also not feeling her best. So even today, I'm feeling this itch that I haven't worked out, and maybe I'll go for the gym today. I don't know after our call, but it's going to be very late. But I'll do something. If not that, then I might do some yoga at home. I have this thing like I have to do something today. It's been too long.
Yeah, I think that's good. Today also, even I had set some goal. Today I'll go and do something like swimming, running, cycling, or workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't do it till the end, right? We are just busy with the whole family and all that. So in the end, what I did, like me and Alia were like, "Okay, let's order dinner." And like, no, let's not order dinner. I'll go on my cycle to that restaurant which is 10 kilometers away. I'll go get the food.
Wow. Okay. Did you
So
go
that's
and
what.
get it?
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
nice.
Kerala parota
Nice.
and
Kerala parota and beef
chicken
curry.
curry.
Okay. Chicken curry. Okay. Good, bro. So
So that's
10
what.
kilometer is like 20 kilometer in total.
No, total 10 kilometers.
Okay. 5 plus 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be two. In total, I do 15. Like that's like a 45 minute swimming. Sorry, cycling.
Okay. I don't know about cycling speeds and stuff. Okay. Good. Good, bro. Good. Talking about beef curry, Modi is
Good
coming
segue.
back to
Yeah, he's
power.
more humbled right now. This time
Yeah,
around, it was a humbling experience for him.
that's good. I think like everything needs to be kept in check, right? If somebody has too
Correct.
much power, it's just gonna corrupt. I mean, already
Correct.
there's a lot of issues going on. Corruption is on the top of
Yeah.
the issues going on, but this is better, I feel.
Yeah,
Not
and
having the majority.
the opposition is somewhat there.
Yeah,
So for the longest time, it seems like the main opposition is gone. It's all scattered around. But they could come together and give a good fight too. So
yeah,
all in all, good. A lot of people don't like the results, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people are like, okay, it's good. He's still there. Right? It's not like he's gone. He's still the main guy,
yeah,
but not in that sense as where it was endangering the constitution or
yeah.
bad for the
Heading towards a
minorities.
heading towards a dictatorship. That's the
Yeah, there's
fear.
something. Indian elections are always more fun. Like a lot of my friends are in US, so
Mm.
there also the elections are pretty good, right? So pretty like, but they're like it's nothing compared to Indian elections.
Indian
the
elections, yeah,
the
has a different
the
spice.
entertainment, yeah,
I think it's also to do with the diverse parties that are involved. Because in US and all, it's just like Democrats and Republics and like whatever else. Like that's almost irrelevant. In India, it's not like that. Like we have the big parties, but the regional parties are also very strong in their own region. So that also
correct.
matters a
They
lot in the
all
overall.
tie to their own identity, right?
Hmm.
Bengalis, Tamils, Tamilians, Keralites. So all of them tie their own identities and they vote.
Mm.
So I think the South wants, like, we reached a point where the North, which is underdeveloped compared to the South, wants a more centralized approach, and the
Yep.
South, where it's more developed, they want a more, what do you call that? Federated
Decentralized.
approach.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we discussed this some like few years back where the South kind of provides, let's say, the tax money collected in South, it gets back much lower than that. That's the reverse in the North.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
it's not like, okay, they pay more and they get less. It's about how that money is being utilized in the
That's
North, right?
another discussion, yes.
Yeah. That
It's
is
like
the, yeah.
if it goes to the right people where they require it, the proper development, then it doesn't like,
Yeah.
hurt you on this one. Like, okay, it's being used for the right reasons.
Otherwise, it
But if
should
it,
be people to people, right? Whatever the center receives, it should distribute it based on the number of people. Like, there's no other way to it. Can call it socialism, but I would say India needs socialism.
okay, bro. Yeah. Anyway, like for me, like my identity, I'm not like an Indian by identity because I've lived most of my life here. I don't have that. But I follow the elections and stuff because like there are still a lot of ties to India. My
Correct.
passport is still there. But like I don't have this kind of like why are they do because I don't pay any taxes or I don't get any benefits from the taxes. So it's
Yeah.
very low amount of this one. Because over here, yeah, no taxes, so
Yeah. When we
good.
start getting revenue, we'll create a company there
Yeah,
in
for
Dubai.
zero tax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
bro. Good.
yeah, I think this time around, he has to go and be a bit socialist, the government,
Mm.
because the poor people voted him out. The poor people voted him out. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. So he can't be like capitalist helping Modi and Adani. That will be bad for his brand. He has to go and, okay, I'll give you Mahila gas yojana. You know, he has to do those cylinder free, all that things he has to do.
Let's see how what he does. It's it's highly unlikely. I don't think he has any plans of all that. I think the plan is just to prepare for the next election and keep power and yeah,
Yeah,
like
he cannot play that the Hindutva card anymore. He cannot play that development card because people know that when he says development, it's not for everybody. The
mm,
gap between the rich and the poor is increasing. So it's more inclined towards that. So people know that, okay, this time around, like just recently, Madhya Pradesh state elections happened, right?
mm,
Everybody, so Congress is doing its usual thing. Okay, every woman gets 10,000 rupees per month. All these very
mm,
socialist agendas. Okay, it's Congress, but this time BJP also did it.
yep.
Like, oh, every woman this, they did the same thing, socialism. You're like shocked. Like, aren't you part of the capitalism development agenda? Why are you doing this? They're like, no, this, if we don't do that, then the poor people will vote us out. So they did it and they won the state.
Cool, bro, cool. Terms of global things, like the biggest thing right now, like even for me and everyone, is like what's happening in Gaza. So I think I spoke to Sunaina recently. So she mentioned she went to like a rally. She put it on Instagram as well, going on like a, let's say, a
Oh.
protest kind of thing. Like a lot of things happening over there. Let's say like that's what the politics over here is in this region, especially. It's mainly about Gaza and what's how people are being killed every day. It's a constant thing. Like what has happened is like it's been what now 7 8 months, and every day people are being killed. Yeah, it's not a thing anymore. Like people in the sense like civilians, normal people, like women, children, and all that. And I feel like we have become a bit numb to the news. Like every day, okay, now today 50 people have died in the bomb. And like on the first few, let's say, months, it was hitting differently. But today it has become more and more normal. Like every day people are dying. And what's surprising is the double standards of how they're being treated. So like the Western powers, they say like we stand for equality and whatever, they have their values, but it's only when it comes to specific people and not for these people. I think the biggest thing this war on Gaza this has done is like just remove that they have this kind of a fact saying that we are the bearers of
Moral
liberalism. We
high
have
ground.
values, yeah, we have these values, we have our morals, but these morals only apply to other people. Yeah, why are those guys doing, like, it doesn't apply to them. That's what it has done, I feel, just to unmask them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has validated, like, I don't know why growing up it is the media that we have been fed, or the books that we have read, or whatever schooling that we did. It felt like
Hmm.
US is the Western powers are the good guys, and the Axis or China, Russia, the bad guys. Now,
Hmm.
okay, it's more like, I would say China is doing more good to the world than the US.
Hmm. I
So,
think each country works its own benefit for its own benefit. Like they have
correct.
their PR things going on, of course, but US is in a decline now. Like since the past, I think a decade or 2 decades, it's on a decline.
Yeah.
They are on, like, because of the, let's say, the US having a global currency. That's why they're holding strong. When this finally, comes to a collapse, like the petrodollar. So if dollars are traded in, sorry, petrol is, let's say,
Trade in dollars. Yeah.
petroleum. Yeah, petroleum is traded in dollars. So
Yeah.
when this stops happening, especially Saudi and other the big countries, that's when their power will diminish in the world. And I think Russia, China, and I don't know, maybe India. I don't know with the way it's
India is
going.
playing, I don't know, I'm doing for myself. India is very
Yeah,
close with Russia, no matter what US is.
yeah, that's true.
Indian, yeah,
That's true. That's true. India has like strong ties with Russia. Western powers also like in Europe as well. So that's where liberalism kind of started. So they have their values like these are the things that we value, and we are moral people. Like even the ICC. Yeah, the ICC was built such that tyranny doesn't happen in the world, so that the Nuremberg trials for the Nazis and stuff. So that's where it stemmed from. Okay, we don't want to see this again, and it's happening now. And the people who are basically the judges and the prosecutors of ICC, they said, there is a genocide happening, and we have, put out warrants for these guys. And now US is like, no, no, these guys are, what do you say? We don't accept it. It's, what do you say? We're gonna arrest them. It's a
yeah,
crazy
that's
world
the
right now.
only silver lining. Not everything is horrible about the war. The only what we can take away is like it has unmasked these people. It
Mm.
has unmasked these countries, you know, who have these unwavering, inconsequential support to this genocide.
Yeah.
There's no remorse, nothing else.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's, in a sense, it's because Israel has a strong connection, strong hold of the different governments, so they have a huge budget for lobbying and all that. So
Yeah,
it's not,
both parties, not just one. So
yeah,
they have
both
covered all
parties,
their bases.
all, not only in
Yeah,
US, even in like Europe. If you
yeah,
go
UK,
back,
crazy.
UK, everywhere. So they have like strong lobbying over there, and they control a lot of, what do you say, narratives about what, these, who's elected and who has, what you should say basically in the this one. So if you go against them, so you'll have some troubles, let's say. So
Correct.
it's becoming, so even these things are being unmasked now. Like the power these lobbies have in all these different powerful countries, it's coming to the limelight. Like, okay, so like it was happening for the past 50 years. It's not something new. It's just now it's more like, okay, you're seeing images of kids being killed every day, and you're not going to do anything. And it's not that they're not impacted by it. It's just they are being controlled by somebody else. Like if they say something against it, then they lose their power or whatever. So they have leverage against all these politicians and stuff.
Correct. It's crazy. It's crazy how much power these people have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let's say, I mean, the bravery of the people, like it's something else altogether. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think about it. Yeah. Like we have a home. Yeah. Like we come to our homes, we have like, our things and stuff. Tomorrow, if we are kicked out of our homes, yeah, like we don't have a home, we just are in the streets, we have whatever we can carry with ourselves. It's going to be such a difficult life. Like
Yeah.
just
Coming back
be,
from there. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's
Hopefully there's
that's
a
global.
peaceful resolution soon.
Yeah, soon. Let's. Yeah.
But you have to hand it to the people of Gaza. Like, they've been strong all
Hmm.
through these years. They've grown, under the tyranny. So
Yeah. Open air prison. Open air.
mm.
It's a concentration camp. That's what you know. Also, it's called. Yeah, bro. I don't want to end on a like a news note. So I want to discuss about a book I've been reading. So on my commute, I mentioned I read, or let's say I listen to books. So there's this book called .com Secrets. Have you heard about it?
No, I googled it and then I saw like it's about building your internet business, creating
Yeah,
that sales
this
funnel.
one.
But
So this one, but I was not reading the physical book. I was reading the audiobook, listening to the audiobook. So yeah, it's basically ClickFunnels. Yeah, I don't know. You heard of ClickFunnels?
yeah, yeah.
So I'm still not all the way through the book, but it's good. I think it's an old book, not very old, but a lot of the concepts or the business that you see today follow what's there in the book. Like, you start with like for me, it's very relevant. I don't know how relevant it's for clienter. Like you start with free things so that you have a huge pool, and then from this you send them to like a page where you offer like a small email or small PDF or something, and you collect their emails. And from this, you offer like a smaller, not a smaller, like a small ticket purchase, less than $50 or something, and so on and so forth. And then you, out of this pool, then you'll offer something bigger, maybe like 300, $400. And then you go to the very high ticket stuff, like more than 3K, 4K. That's the gist of it. So
Okay,
further down the funnel, the higher the value. So it's called the value ladder. So that's where I am right now. It's a good book. It's a good book. So the guy Russell Brunson, so he's like a, let's say, a legend in terms of internet business. The people who are in internet business, almost everybody I listen to have spoken about him, Russell Brunson, and he also has a YouTube channel and stuff. But yeah, good book. .com Secrets.
cool.
Yeah,
I haven't read anything good recently, actually. I've been just listening to accounting podcasts. If
yeah,
you're
you mentioned it.
interested in learning about accounting, I know a few podcasts.
Maybe not. No. But like anything like something that stood out to you, which might be of interest to me or somebody else listening.
I mean, I did notice that, things are like getting very niche. You can't do a
Mm.
generic podcast anymore. You can't do generic anything. You can't do a generic
Yeah,
SaaS. You can't do a generic blog. You can't do a generic book. You have to go niche.
yeah.
So that's what we are also trying to do when it comes to our podcast and blogging. It's we picked one audience, accounting firm owners, and what they like to read. So that's it. That's the
Hmm.
only thing that we're going to look at.
It's good. That's good.
Yeah. So we'll come out with our blog by end of next week,
Oh,
and blog
nice.
and podcast. Sorry, blog will come out every week, but we'll come out with a podcast soon.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
it's a very not a like a conversational podcast, but more like a small 5-6 minute information or a nugget. So that's what we're gonna
hmm.
do.
You're gonna talk or like
Yeah,
what's
with this
the
mic of mine.
nice? Okay, I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah.
So
So
it's gonna be like put on all the podcast platforms, and you're not gonna do video. It's only gonna be audio.
yeah, just audio and so one we hired an accountant who has a knack for writing
Mm.
and he wrote something really good. So we'll start with that. It's about how to stress and burnout in your accounting firm, like as an accounting firm, like how to reduce that.
Okay, that's good.
That
That's good.
that's yeah, that's the topic. So we'll it's like a what he wrote. I'll just try to say it in a shorter way.
Got it. Cool, bro. Cool. All right, Suhaib.
All
That's
right.
that's all. I think I mean we've crossed the 1 hour mark, but there's no what do you say, hard and fast rule that we have to do for 1 hour. I
Yeah.
think it's a good time to stop. I had some other topics, but it's okay. We can discuss it the next week. Yeah.
Cool.
So cool, bro. Cool.
All
Let
right.
me stop recording.